This is Carl from National RV Detroit. I'm going to show you through your Palomino Columbus model 378MB. Okay. We're on the door side of the trailer, moving towards the rear. Okay, so this one thing to know first is that there's an LP quick connect right here. It's a quick connect fitting with a valve on it. So you'll, if you don't know, you'll push this back and put the male end in there, and then you'll turn it this way to turn the gas on. All right. Okay. You use that for grill or any low pressure appliances, a griddle, a grill, whatever. It has to be low pressure though to operate with this system. You've got a 110 volt AC refrigerator, which will turn on as soon as you plug in the trailer. You've got a microwave. Okay. You've got a cooktop. Now this cooktop has to be plugged in to the LP. Here's the hose. I'm sorry. Let me focus a bit for you. I'm sorry. All right. So this is the hose. This is the end that goes into the quick connect that I just showed you. This one here with another quick connect goes to the bottom of the grill, or range top, if you will, 2-burner range top. And let's see here. Okay, that connects right here. So you can see here we are on the outside underneath. It connects right to there. All right. Also, while I'm standing here, well, you have, I'll show you the back ones anyway. This has a self-leveling system on it. So those are the two rear. You can see them both. The control is up front on the off-door side, I believe. So we'll head up that way. All right. You do have a keypad with your door. You get keys, regular keys, obviously, but in your literature, in your packet, it'll give you the default code. So you'll have to put the default code in and then change it to whatever you want. Okay. You got a power awning, a huge power awning. Fold-out steps that fold inside the trailer, very stable. That is one of your center stabilizers. You got power right there to plug things in on the outside. And outside speakers, of course. This is the basement. Excuse my camera work here, but here's the basement. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Give the camera a second to adjust. We do have some lights. Okay, so here, this is a kill switch for the battery. So, it's on right now. Turn it off like so. On like that. So, basically, instead of disconnecting, if you put it into storage, you know, the carbon monoxide alarm, the LP gas alarm, those are hardwired to your battery, so they still draw power when you have it in storage. So if you put it in storage for any period of time, you can just shut the battery off right there. This is for cable and satellite hookup, so you could put a TV out here. You have a radio. All right, and this is part of your vacuum system. All right, you do have attachments for it. I haven't seen them yet, but they're in here somewhere. We'll find them. So you have a central vacuum in here too. All right, so let's move around to the other side. As we go, there's two 20-pound tanks, and then there's another one on the other side. So you still have 60 pounds total. You just have the smaller tanks. Some people like the smaller tanks, smaller in size, because they're easier to exchange. They don't have to get them filled, or so I'm told anyway. This is what I hear. All right, so your basement here, I'm gonna have to move the camera here. So it still hasn't been cleaned out at this point, but we're working on it. But you have two batteries here. These are all your vacuum attachments. A crank, override cranks. Okay. All right. Another 20-pound tank. All right. So here we are. Let me just look around a bit. This is obviously the cover for your water heater. I just took it off so you can see the water heater. It's a 10-gallon water heater. Let me do that now. It's a 10-gallon water heater. This one works on either gas or electric. The switches are inside the trailer. There's a switch here. You can see it operates or turns off the heating element that's behind this panel here, on and off. Right now it's off, but you can operate it from inside. The main thing to concern yourself is you never run the water heater without water in the tank. That's very important. But this one will run on gas or electric. So we'll show you the switches when we get inside. The auto level is right here. You have directions right here for it. It's kind of hard for me to, I'm trying to get this sun out of the way. There we go. It's kind of hard to explain the whole thing other than you're basically just going to push auto level, and when you auto retract them all, like right here, it'll always go to the last hitch height. So when you disconnect from your truck, it's going to remember the height of your truck. It always remembers the last height. So when you bring the legs up and you're getting ready to pack up and go, it's going to set the front end at the same height it was when you took it off your truck. So that makes it kind of easy to hitch back up, okay? All right. Now you have your water closet here. You have a water filter housing here. You can spin the container off with a wrench that comes with it. It's a white wrench that slides up over here, and you can just spin that off. You don't have to use a water filter. It's a matter of preference. Some people don't use them because they don't drink the water. It's really up to the camper. So, all right. And then you have your gray tank and black tank right here. You can see that you have different positions for these valves, and then you have drawings here to show you what each position will do, whether you're winterizing it, whether you're dry camping and you need to use a fresh water tank, whether you're hooking up to ready, right to city water. So you just basically set them the same way they are in the picture. It's pretty easy. This is your city water connection here. This is a black tank flush, so after you dump your black tank, you can hook the hose up here and flush your tank even better, which is kind of good. All right, and you have some water here and a pump switch also, but there's a sprayer that comes with it that you quick connect right to that, and you're on your way. Okay, so we'll keep going. Now this one here is it's a large valve, but it's just a gray one, I believe, because let me see here. Okay. Well, actually it's both plumbed into this one. So you can see the smaller one that's coming from the rear, that's gray, and the large one is black. Okay, so you're gonna hook your hose up there, you're gonna use the valves up in the water closet there, and you're all set. Now that petcock you see off in the distance there, that's to drain your fresh water tank. All right, moving down a little further. This is just the service panel for your refrigerator. You don't really have to go in there. That is the range hood vent for your range hood. If you're going to run the range hood, you've got to stand on something if you can't reach it. I sure can't reach it. But if you push up on those little tabs, the baffle will flap freely if you're using the fan in the trailer to vent your stove. Otherwise, you're just going to keep it closed. Okay. You got slide toppers on all the slides here. Your power cord. This is a 50 amp system, so you have a 50 amp cord that's 25 feet long. We also give you all the reducers to reduce it down to 30 and then down to 15. Just keep in mind your air conditioner will not run on 15, you know, if you're plugging it in at home, so it'll pop a circuit breaker. There's your backup camera. You just put your tow vehicle, you turn on the running lights and it'll light up the camera. You've got a ladder to go up on the roof. Now you got to inspect the roof. Like with all trailers, figure 3 times a year. You go up in the spring, you go up in the fall, and then once in the middle of the summer. and you walk around and you check all the sealant on the roof. Make sure there's no cracking or separation started. Sometime, some year when you go up there, you're going to see some, and you want to get it taken care of as soon as you see it. That's why you're inspecting it. Odds are you're not going to have to do anything for a long time, but you're inspecting just to make sure. So it's very important. While we're here, this is where your vacuum hooks up to, right here. Need to close the door here. We got the AC running. Usually hot day here. Okay. So you have your touch screen. So you're just going to push the button here to light it up. Okay, there it goes. So you're going to operate your awning here, right? Very self-explanatory. Go back. Your leveling system, you can operate it from here. I showed you up front, but you can also do it from here. This one tells you more. It'll actually give you feedback on the screen here, so it tells you what it's doing. And like I said, it always goes back to the auto hitch, so that's a good thing. You can do them separately, manually, one by one, or you can just do them automatic, which is the way most people do it. All right. Let me back it up a bit here. Okay. There we go. Okay, so the lighting, you can turn on them one at a time, or just hit all on, all off, and everything goes off. Hit all on and all the lights go on. All right, or you can do them individually. The monitor panel are for your levels and everything. As you can see, black tank, fresh tank, gray tank. Your weather heaters off or on electric or gas. Sometimes you can scroll these. I want to make sure this one doesn't scroll. Okay, and the slides. So you've got the slides all operate from here. You've got 4 of them. Off door slide, bunk slide, and bed slide. So that's pretty self-explanatory. And you can, I believe on this one, you can actually put a code in if you wanted to put it in, if you got kids that are playing with it or something, but I'm sure you can. I don't recognize this one right off the bat whether it does, but I'm sure you can. Okay. I hope that made sense to you. All right, so your thermostat, we've got the AC running right now, but basically you're going to go system here. It lights up. You got gas. This is all zone 1 stuff. Cool. All that. Go back to cool. Always try to use them on auto. Auto is the best way to do it. You can shift zones here to zone 2, back to zone 1, and then there's the different modes. Okay, which right there, the low, fan low, high, off, cool, high, low, and auto. You want auto, like I said. All right, there's another switch. This one operates your fan back here, your ceiling fan. Okay. Small pantry. This passes through. Let me get some lights here. It's got a slide room. This jackknife's flat. Let me make sure I know what I'm talking about here. No, this one actually folds out, I believe. Yeah, so it turns into a nice bed. This one drops down for a bunk, of course. You got a TV backer for a TV bracket, and you got cable and satellite through and power, so you can put a TV here. Lots of storage, very nice. Okay. Your range top, you're just going to spark it to light it. You're just going to go to high, and you're going to spark it to light it. Okay? That's all you do. Now, the oven is a little different. You still have to light it with a lighter, I believe. I'm going to tell you in 1 second when I look at it here. Yes. So this one you have to use a grill lighter on. All the way back there, at the back is a pilot light, right? So you're going to come up here, and you're going to go to pilot, right? Then you're going to depress it and hold it. Then with your left hand, you'll take your lighter, your grill lighter, and you'll go to the back with it and light the pilot light. Once it lights, you hold it for about another 10 seconds, 15 seconds, and till it heats up, and then you'll go to whatever operating temperature you want, and it'll cycle like a normal oven. But when you turn it off, Of course, the flame goes off, but so does the pilot light, so you have to light the pilot light each time you want to use the oven. Okay, and there's the top here, of course. It's kind of nice. Let me pull it out here. I'm trying to do the best camera work I can here. So this is a light here. Your microwave is a convection microwave. It's a nice one. Plus it has, let's see here, exhaust. So the exhaust fan works from here. Whoops, I'm sorry. From here. Different speeds, and make sure you remember I told you have to open that baffle on the vent on the outside if you're going to use it, or else it won't vent. But otherwise you keep that shut. You got light here, which is nice. Very nice. Okay, so the refrigerator is Norcold, and it's an automatic refrigerator, right? So it's very simple to operate. Nice size. Very nice. So basically, you turn it on, and you could select gas or electricity here. Well, let me see. Right now it's showing both, which is basically auto. Electricity will take parameters, so it'll always use electricity if it has the option. Let's say you're at a campground, you have a power failure, it'll automatically switch over to gas. Okay. That's just on electricity, just on gas. Okay, so it's very nice, and that's the temperature set here. You're basically going to have it up, maybe not all the way up, but pretty close. I'm not super familiar with this particular double door Norcold, but generally speaking with them, you got to be up pretty high with them, especially in the summer. I'm sure you have to back off a bit when things get a little cool outside. All right, so you got theater seats here. This is how you operate the footrest. It'll pop up there. Okay, nice. Your couch folds out to a 3-panel bed, so you're going to pull the cushions off. See, this one actually stay on. I better know what I'm talking about before I speak here. So let me try it here. It's kind of hard to do with one hand, but I was assuming that it did that, but that's all I was doing, was assuming. Oh yeah, so it folds out from down here. So you remove the seat cushions. Okay, there you go. So it does turn into a bed. Got a small chair here, which is first time I've seen that. It's pretty neat. Huge TV set. If you push this in, the TV comes forward. You got all this space behind it. Over here on this end, you've got the signal booster for the digital antenna. That's what's glowing green. It should always be green. There is a button on most of them. I can't see if there is on this one, but either way, it should always be green. And then you have your satellite hook up there if you have a satellite. All right, lots of storage. All right, your sound bar, it has Bluetooth. It will stream off of a USB stick right here, and you can hook up wirelessly with Bluetooth. It has different zones, inside and outside, and probably the bedroom or between here and the bedroom, although I'm seeing A and B, so I'm not sure about that, but it does at least inside and outside. All right, okay, you have a disc player here, which is very nice. Your fireplace, these all have remote controls too, by the way. Your fireplace, basically it has a fan in it, so it works like a space heater. You can change the flame on it, you can set the temperature, you can set the fan speed, so it's very versatile. It runs on 110 AC, so you can use it on those cool mornings, so you don't have to really use your propane. You can save your propane. It's a good thing. Very nice trailer, very nice trim here. It's kind of a bump out in a way. It's a mantle, but it's a very functional mantle. It comes out really far, so you could set all your stuff up there. It's very nice, in my opinion. We've already installed the backup camera. These are all your remotes. I was telling you, everything has a remote. The fireplace, your TV, your sound bar. So this here is, I believe, for the, let's see here. Yeah, this one here, let me show you. This is the fireplace remote here. So let's see what we got here. You can set the intensity visually of the fire. You can set different temperatures for this. There's a timer on it. You can go up in fan speeds, and there you go, temperature. So very nice. Cool. Yeah, so it's got a lot of good functions. It's a little bit different than the fireplaces I'm used to seeing. I like it better. It's wider, and it has more functions, and the flame is a lot different than it is on the other ones. It actually looks more pleasing, more actual. It's still not, it doesn't look like an exact real fire, but it seems to be much better than the other ones I'm used to seeing, so that's good. Okay, the faucet obviously works like any other faucet. Alright, this is a remote control for your power fan up here. So you can open it, lower it, set the fan speeds and everything from this remote right here, which is a good thing. You got a loft here. Boy, this is a big trailer. Got a nice loft with, again, a backer for a bracket, and you got video and cable and power, everything you need to put a TV up there. The bathroom is pretty much like any other bathroom, except that, of course, the toilet is an RV toilet. Remember this GFCI here. There's a couple GFCIs in here, and all the plugs will be wired through one of the two, even the one on the outside. So if you're using a coffee pot outside and it pops the GFCI, it's probably going to be this one right here, but you'll have to learn which ones they're all connected to. But remember, it's always set on the inside here, reset I should say. Skylight sink works like any other sink. Now the toilet, you know, you may know all this because you may be experienced campers, I don't know, so I'm just kind of assuming you're not, just so I won't miss anything. It flushes with the pedal here. There's no water hooked up, so that's just residual water pressure. So when you step on it, water's going to swirl out of here and go straight into the black tank, which is directly below. Alright? So you can't use this dry. So when you get to the campground, you're going to hook up your water and your power. Then you'll come in here and you'll take your chemical, whichever chemical you're using, liquid, powder, pre-measured packets, scoops, whatever you use. You'll read the directions, find out what one dose is, and you'll put it right in there. Then you'll step on this pedal, and you'll basically hold it till about a gallon or two of water goes into your tank. There's no way you can tell that from a monitor panel. You just have to get used to doing it. And the bottom line is you want chemical and water in there to start off. So let's say you stay at the campsite and you have to dump your tank. You've been there for a couple weeks and you're still going to stay there, so you dump your black tank. So you would come in here and repeat that procedure. Put a little bit of water in it with chemical, and then you're set till the next time you dump. Alright? Last thing is, when you flush it, it'll only fill about up to here. So if you can see, right here with looking at my foot, I can move the pedal and the trap doesn't move. That opens the water valve. So you can fill it up as high as you want to use it. But you have to do that each time before you use it, obviously. But you can put as much water in it as you choose to. Okay. Alright. I think we covered everything here. Yes. Alright. Also there's a fantastic fan here. Or this is a max air, I guess it is. It's 4-speed. So obviously this is to raise and lower it. Right? On and off, and then you can pick all 4 speeds. The first few speeds are really quiet. The last one is really noisy, and it'll pretty much pull your hair straight up. It's so powerful. But keep in mind, if you're using a shower, you want to just turn it on 1 or 2 so you can pull the humidity out, because these trailers are built super tight these days. So the humidity will stay in here unless you vent it out. So you want to vent it out. Alright, here we go. Okay. So that little gizmo there is a sensor for zone 2, so that's how it senses the temperature here. Alright. Obviously you have another sound bar just like the other one. You can stream off USB, it has an AM/FM radio and Bluetooth. Nice big window, that's kind of neat. You got closet and storage here. And there's 2 more chairs over on the other side. Let's see if we can get in there. This is pre-plumbed for a washer-dryer combo. or you can just use it for storage, whichever you choose. These 2 extra chairs are stored here. All right. Let me see why we're not locked into place here, and just I seem to have this backwards here. This you're going to lock when you're traveling. All right, so you can see I've pulled, let me do this right here, pull these shut. All right, so this one you lock right here, right? This one you can lock down at the bottom. Let me see if I can get it over here. Okay, so I'm trying to hold the camera here, I'm sorry. I guess I'm not going to get Cameraman of the Year award here. Alright, so that locks like that. So you want to have it locked when you're traveling, obviously, because you don't want it to come flying open and break the glass or anything. Alright, you have storage under here, maybe? Yes. So you got a foot locker underneath the bed. Cool. The trailer with everything. Of course, you got another sliding door with a nice mirror on it. Alright. This is your antenna. Okay, anything broadcast over the air, it'll pick up. Alright. Down here, we have the power converter. This obviously converts AC to DC power, so it'll start with 110 AC and convert it down to DC. Everything it can run on DC power in an RV does. Some things have to be AC power, so you have these circuit breakers here. So you can see that they're all labeled. Then the rest of it's converted, power's converted down to 12 volt DC over here, and you got regular automotive fuses that are labeled. If any of those fuses blow, they'll light up, and you can see them through that tinted plastic. This is also a battery tender, so it'll sense as long as you're plugged in, it'll sense how much energy your battery needs up front. And if your batteries are low, it'll send 10 amps or whatever it needs, and if they're charged, it'll trickle a couple amps, but it'll keep them charged up, okay? All right. I'm curious as to why. Oh, I see. Okay. That's just the way they're sitting in there. I thought some of them were shut off for a minute. I wanted to check, but that's just the way they're mounted. Okay. So we got that. Also in here somewhere is going to be a LP gas and carbon monoxide alarm. Let me look around and see if I can find it. Oh, right over here. So right here, LP gas and carbon monoxide. It should always be green like that. If not, you want to get it serviced. You can self-test it by going like this. We'll go through 2 self-tests, one for LP, one for carbon monoxide. Coming up, and then back to green. If it ever goes off, you go outside, shut off your gas, and figure out what's going on. Okay. That is your smoke alarm, which will have the battery in, obviously. Okay, so I think I've covered it now. Let me look around to make sure I haven't missed anything. Okay. Okay, yes, I think I've got it. So, if you have any other questions, obviously you can call us and talk to us. You can do a little research online. Your packet has a manual for everything in this trailer. Plus there are videos online. Remember, if you winterize it, you got to bypass the water heater and all of that. So you can have that done, or if you do it yourself, make sure that it's bypassed. Other than that, I want to thank you for purchasing from National RV Detroit, and goodbye.